framework for calculating taxable income is very important as it forms the foundation for calculating income tax. It will also help you to integrate the different study units. So when you begin each study unit, you need to ask yourself where it fits into the framework. This way, you'll always keep this big picture in mind, and this should help you understand where the study unit fits into the calculation of taxable income, or the topics in the study unit fit into the calculation of taxable income, or the calculation of a person's tax liability. Each study unit or topic in this module fits somewhere into the framework that you see on the screen. The calculation of taxable income begins with gross income. If an amount does not form part of gross income, it won't be taxed. To find out if an amount will be considered to be gross income, you need to know the definition of gross income, which also includes all the specific inclusions. The only other way that an amount might be taxable is in terms of capital gains tax. After all the amounts have been included in gross income, either through the definition or because of one of the specific inclusions, the Act provides for certain exemptions. You need to be very careful with exempt income because I find often mistakes are made in this area. Exempt income is income that has been included in gross income, but in terms of Section 10 of the Income Tax Act, it is not subject to income tax and must be excluded at this point of the calculation. This means that the amount is first included in terms of the gross income definition and then excluded because of its nature. Sometimes the exemption of Section 10 only makes provision for part of certain types of income to be exempt, and sometimes it makes provision for the full amount of income to be exempt. Remember always that the exemption can only exempt what has been received by the taxpayer. You can never deduct more than what was received. Also make note of the terminology that is used when I refer to income. Income is either taxable or exempt. That is, it is either included in gross income or it is not taxable. You cannot refer to income as being deductible. That is a term used for expenses. Gross income less exempt income gives us income. The terms are all important here because we could use them in the required part of a question and we would be asking you totally different things. For example, if a question asks you for gross income, you only need to do the first part of the calculation. If the question asks you for income, then you need to explain to us or show us the calculation of gross income less exempt income. After dealing with income, a taxpayer will be required to include any taxable capital gain. They will also be able to deduct an assessed loss from the previous year of assessment. The last step in calculating taxable income is that a taxpayer is able to deduct certain expenses that are provided for in the Income Tax Act. These are referred to as deductions, and these deductions must be done in a specific order, as some of the deductions are limited to a percentage of the taxable income, and if you do these deductions in the wrong order, you're going to end up with a wrong limit. It's important that donations is always the last deduction and that retirement fund contributions are deducted just before donations. The total after donations is referred to as taxable income. It is important that you know all the terms that I've just mentioned, as we will use them in the required part of a question. If we ask for taxable income, then it means that you don't have to do the tax calculation. You'll be wasting your valuable time in the exam and marks, as there won't be any allocated to this calculation if you were to calculate normal tax. However, if we ask you for tax liability or normal tax, then you will have to do more than just calculate the taxable income. The words that we use in the required section are very important, and you will see this as we work through questions, how the required part of the question guides us and tells us what the marker is expecting us to do in our answers.